What's up, fam? Welcome back to Value Adds Value. What follows, both on YouTube and on the podcast, is about 4 days of me recording myself and my thoughts, some mornings and some afternoons as I drive to work. I got a little action camera on Amazon because I've been looking for a place to just kind of lay my thoughts down. And I think it's important to share them. I don't know if it's why I've been sleeping better the last few weeks, or sorry, the last few days, but it's really just helped me to get some of the stuff out of my head. And I felt like I should share it with you. So this is Car Sessions number 1. And if you're out there and telling me that that's kind of illegal, please let me know. I don't think it's illegal. I see people doing it all the time. But if it is, please let me know. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this session, which is just some reflection from the week of, the last week of September into the first week of October. So hope everybody's doing great. Talk to you soon.
But yeah, what I was saying is, my life's pretty good. I got an awesome life. Life is fantastic, great family, good job teaching. Just trying to enjoy it. Trying to support the people that I can, be friends with the people who I can, do my best to teach, and be great at it, and just really looking forward to the work that we're doing. I got a student teacher right now who is a good dude. And it's the first time I've ever had someone observe me from a college setting. And I thought I would be more self-conscious. I thought I would try to impress him more, but I've just been myself. I've just been me. I've just been doing the things that I know I should do. And I've really worked hard to get to a point where I am who I want to be. And I feel like that's what this having him around has been. Is me being able to be who I want to be, to show him what I really do, and to show him what the profession is like. I haven't sugarcoated anything for him. I mean, he watches me with a wide array of classes. I have what is like a fantastic class, fun to be around, work hard, always participating, going after it. I have one class that's really like pulling teeth. And then I have one class with him where I've got my troublemakers that just try to make my life difficult. And I hope that he thinks I'm a good teacher. I hope he's seeing what the profession is. And I hope that I'm showing him some of the ways that he can deal with those situations. I mean, because you're going to deal with it no matter where you teach, no matter what you're doing. But I just look at him and I hope that I can, like I said, make a difference and help him find his way and find his path. And I mean, if I have the chance to show him that he just got to do his thing, he's just got to be himself, I hope that's what I can do. I mean, like with me, I don't know. It's just there's something about this year. I don't know if it's because we were gone for so much of last year, or that just the place that I'm in, life-wise. But I just feel like I really got a good beat on what I want to do. I really feel like the way I'm managing my classes is good. The way I'm handling situations is good. And I'm approaching my kids from an authentic place. They know who I am. They understand who I am. They see me for who I am, and I'm really proud of the work that I put in to get to this point. So I'm hoping that this little video camera can help me to reflect on my days and help me to process the things I've been doing and share out what I've been doing and what I think works. So hopefully this is good. Alright fam, what's happening? It is the last day of September, on my way home. Just finished up an IEP meeting. On my way to take down the last little bit of old fence we have at our house, which my wife will be super happy about. Um, Man, things are pretty good. Um, Had another really good day. I changed the plan like I always do. I'm going to be teaching the 5 themes of geography using the movie Free Solo. If you're not familiar with Free Solo, it is a movie about free solo climber Alex Honnold and his ascent of El Capitan in Yosemite from the spring of 2017. Free soloing means you have no safety equipment at all. Um, no safety equipment at all. You are just up on the rock doing your thing, no harness, no nothing. So um, I'm just going to teach the 5 themes of geography, which are location, place, region, movement, and human environment interaction as a study of Yosemite National Park, which I think will be pretty good. Um, I was going to just kind of do paper and pencil notes and do that stuff, but um, it seemed, not really me. It's not really me to have that be, the way we get down. I'm trying to be better about being more engaging with my kids and simplifying things. So um, that was really good. All in all, it was a great day. One of the kids who gives me the most of a headache was gone today, so that was a nice little bit of a respite. But I did have a situation where a particular student who happens to be a white student made a comment once in my class about discrimination and then also about race. He said something to affect to someone that something was racist. And as I was talking to him, I had a particular student shout out from across the room, "Are you calling black people monkeys?" Which was totally not at all what he was saying, and totally out of the blue, totally from left field. So that's something I'm going to have to deal with tomorrow, trying to understand why this particular student would decide to say that at that particular time. Um, it is a student that is very vocal and very passionate about issues regarding race, but that stepped a little too far to be butting into a conversation that literally had nothing to do with her or black people of any kind. It was a white student talking about saying something that was racist, so I was trying to have a conversation with him about how that's problematic to say. Because, like many middle schoolers, they say things without thinking, and you have to try to encourage them not to do that. So, all in all, things are good. Did not feel great this morning. Haven't felt great the last couple of days. I think it's just I'm dehydrated, and dehydrated is maybe not the right word. I'm just not getting the water that I want to be getting. I teach, for 5 straight hours pretty much, without really any break besides like a 20-minute lunch break. So I just get going, and the water bottle gets left, and I'm barely drinking enough water just to make my throat not scratchy. So it is what it is. So I mean, honestly, like things are really really good right now. I'm just trying to be as diligent as I can, trying to keep up with grades and testing and all of that stuff that we've got going on. That's the stuff that's not as fun as what we do on the daily, but I'm really enjoying it, and I really just have, I don't know, I don't think like inner peace is the right way to describe it, but I just have a better feeling about who I want to be and where I want to go and what I think my skills are that I can share with my kids. And it's been fun, to really be with them and to be engaging. And I had an EA, an educational assistant. They call them paraprofessionals some places, but come up to me today and say he's newer, and he just said, how did you what do you do with a particular student? Because I've been with him 3 times today, and he never acted the way he did for you. He never was as good for anyone else as he was for you. And part of me wants to take credit for it and have some great answer. But I think it's just that I've showed up with my kids. My kids know me. They know what I'm about. Um, and I've just had a chance to really build the relationship with that particular student. And really, with the exception of one student, I only have one student that really is just giving me a hard time. Um, and I'm making progress with him. So I know that, there's going to be rough times, and, October will get into November and December, and it'll get harder. But it really made me feel good today to um, have that para ask me about that and say, hey, what are you doing with this student to get them to do what they do? And I think it's all because of the way I show up. And I've been saying this, whether it was, kind of on our podcast or otherwise, and I've just really felt like this is the most authentic I've been with a group of kids. And authentic doesn't mean that I'm telling them everything about me, but I'm teaching my way. I'm doing things the way I want to do them. I'm doing things the way that I think are right. And I'm doing things that accentuate my skill set and bring the best of what I have to my kids. So it's just been fun. It's just been so fun so far. It's hard when I see friends around the country that are dealing with, real problems. Friends out in New York that are having to deal with vaccine mandates and, stuff all over the country. I feel very lucky to be where I'm at, to teach where I'm at with the people I teach with. And really, I think my success so far, I owe it all to authenticity and just being who I am. And really, I've always been adaptable. I think it's one of my best skills. But this year, I've been really good about not being married to what I think. Because as I get to know my kids better, I'm doing a better job of planning things for them. And I got to get back to, though, because I do have kids that are like, hey, I want to take some notes. I want to understand these things. And I got to do that, too. I'm going to get back to some of that tomorrow. But all in all, I just feel like I am finding a little bit of a groove, and I'm finding a little bit of a sweet spot where I really feel like I'm being who I want to be in my classroom. That's all I can really ask for, is to be who I want to be and to do the job to the best of my abilities, and take it one year at a time. That's all you really can do in this profession, is take it one year at a time, because you're going to get different kids every year, and in reality you're going to get different kids every single day. No class will ever be the same. You have classes that have certain tendencies, but you'll never have a class that does the same thing all the time. So jump off here, and just like the after school car session, I'm really digging the vibe. I'm really liking the camera. So hope everybody's well. Talk to you soon. What's up, everybody? Good morning. It's just before 7 on my way to school. It's a Friday. I'm going to try to do the morning little video record as I get ready to finish up week 4 of the school year. Things are going well. I talked a little bit on yesterday's little reflection. For the record, what I'm doing with this is just trying to start a reflective practice to talk through things I got going on, the things that I'm thinking about, and really be better about seeing where I've gone with my kids and where I need to go, and really just try to take some of the stuff off my mind so I don't have the brain dump at 8:30 when I'm trying to get in bed. But as I work through this particular school year, as I'm working on, the stuff for Lighthouse, it's just a real struggle to find time for everything. Um, it's been really difficult to find time for everything, um, and it just sucks. Like no matter what I do, no matter what I choose to do, I have to sacrifice something else in my life. To get more time out of the book, I would have to sacrifice a little bit of time that I spend with Brittany. If I want to spend more time with Brittany, I gotta accept that the book maybe is gonna have to come out a little later. Um, I haven't been able to get myself on track to do a podcast interview in quite a long time. There's just a lot going on. And I'm just trying to work my way through it and try to prioritize, with the last couple, last weekend she was gone, visiting her friend, and I spent as much time doing stuff in the house as I did working on my stuff or teaching or school or whatever. So it's just that hard space to be in where you're trying to find time for everything and prioritize. Because it's hard for me to really leave stuff that needs to get done at home undone. When I'm at school, it's hard for me to leave stuff that needs to get done undone to work on the LED stuff. So just trying to balance and prioritize and work and even just like this, taking a step to make more content, taking a step to add this to the podcast repertoire and to do all these things that need to be done. I shouldn't say need to be done. All these things that I would like to get done. All these things that I would like to be and all these things that I would like to do and everything that I've got going on right now is really and it's a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have so many great things going on in my life. It's a great problem to have such a great family and a great wife, and it's a great problem to teach at a great school, and be dedicated to that and be spending your time doing that. And it's a great problem to have to be able to work with Will. We've been working together. We started teaching together in 2013. Started really working together on professional developments and what we do now in 2015. So it's been great. I mean, I'm very blessed and very lucky to be in the position I'm in. But I think the biggest thing I'm struggling with right now is accepting that I can't do everything at one time and I can't do everything right now. And then because of that, not kicking myself because I can't do everything that I'm trying to do or everything that I want to do. It's just been challenging for me to be able to accept that and to really give myself a little bit of breathing room, give myself a little bit of grace when it comes to the work I'm doing. I'm looking towards Thanksgiving break. I'm looking towards Minnesota Education Association break. I'm looking towards Christmas break to really spend that time doing some of the work that I haven't been able to get to. But I'm just so thankful right now to be in the position that I'm in, to be able to be back in a classroom, to be where I'm at. I mean, I've felt just an overwhelming joy this school year so far. I feel very, very appreciative, more than I think I have any other school year, to be where I'm at. And maybe it's because so many things have changed in the last 2 years. The start of the pandemic was when we moved in together, bought our first house, got married. We're coming up on a year of marriage next month. our family has expanded, meaning my outside, my siblings keep having kids, and as we hope to next year add to that, it's just so much to be grateful for. Um, and I think I'm also grateful for all of the world we live in is crazy. Um, the social media world um, has its detriments, but the way I've been able to pour into myself, um, whether it's podcasts or books or um, YouTube or whatever it might be, I really feel like I've got myself to a point where I know where I'm trying to go, and I'm trying to take the steps. Haven't haven't felt super awesome the last like 3 days, and it took me forever to get on the exercise bike this morning, and I tried to quit a couple times. I kind of did, 17 minutes on the fan bike, but it was better than nothing. It was better than doing nothing. Um, I think I got to really work on continuing to give myself credit for the things that I do, and give myself credit for all the work that I put in. I mean, it takes a lot of work to get to the point where you are capable and content with who you are in the classroom. I've spoken at length about how the times when I didn't feel great about myself outside the classroom, I definitely didn't feel good about myself in the classroom. So it really just is a point where I'm trying to appreciate all the work that I put in while still looking forward to the work that I need to do. I told Brittany this. There's something really good about our marriage. She is a person who is always looking at what's next. She's always looking at where we need to go, whether it's our home or our yard or our finances. And I'm a person who always is able to appreciate how far we've come, and that balance is really good. I think I'm trying to work more on that balance myself in my life, of not getting stuck looking too far forward that you miss everything you've done, but also not being so caught up in the past that you're not moving forward. So, on my way to school, got about 25 more minutes. I'm going to jump off here, maybe get into another little book, but hope everybody has a great day, and that the classroom's treating you right. What's up, fam? It is Friday. I'm on my way home from school. Pretty decent day. Again, haven't felt the greatest. Just kind of had a little bit of queasy stomach, just sore from the week. Feeling like I'm getting a little run down. Haven't slept as well as I would like to. Just haven't had a lot of great nights of sleep lately. So, otherwise, things are pretty good at school. All in all, things are going well through the first 4 weeks. It's crazy to think that 4 weeks are gone already. Working on 5 themes of geography using the movie Free Solo, which I think is really cool, and I'm happy with it. So, just a lot going on though. Just have some students that are mayhem causers and are kind of just making everything about race. There's a few students of color who, anytime anyone says something to them or tries to redirect them or does anything, makes it about race, and it's really not. It's about their behavior. We ask ourselves, are we singling these kids out because of their race? But we don't believe that we are, and it's just difficult. And they then go out and gossip, and then go out and talk with everybody around campus, and they just go out and go crazy. It's just a difficult situation, because they feel like they have a trump card that they can always play no matter what. They can just say, oh, you're doing this to me because I'm black, or whatever it might be. And that's a really hard place to be for teachers. And to be fair, our school is predominantly white when it comes to the staff. There are very, very few teachers of color, which is something, we would hope to work on in the future, but it makes it difficult. I think it adds to the stress level of the teachers, having to think about whether or not, the things that they say are going to be spun, or even, things that were not said going to be made up about them. It just puts us in a difficult spot, but, we can't shy away from it. We can't, can't stop putting in the work, and we can't try to walk on eggshells. And that's kind of the feeling it puts you in, is like feeling like you have to walk on eggshells all the time. It just is a great stitch. And then I have one student who's been out 2 weeks because the family refused to get her tested for COVID when she was a close contact of someone. And so, the family has not made any contact. The student has not done anything in 2 weeks, because the family doesn't believe in COVID and refuses to get her tested when she could have been back a week ago. And that's just it's just disheartening to have that situation as well. But all in all, it's October. It's the weekend. I'm on my way home. I'm gonna have some Italian from a new place by my in-laws, and watch a movie. Watch Cry Macho with Clint Eastwood. And then, tomorrow I got my cousin's wedding. Gonna get to see all the kids. So we're really enjoying life. But I'm just run down. Real talk. I just am tired and struggling to get ambition. But like I said on the vid this morning, I just proud that I did something physical this morning, because I could have easily just topped out and try to do something tomorrow morning while Brittany's getting ready. Just trying to do more, trying to be disciplined the best that I can. So, hopefully tomorrow and Sunday, get a little time to write, get a little time to read. I just do the work, man. I'm just trying my damnedest to do the work. That's all I can say. I forget who said it, but they said we are entitled to our labor, not the fruits of our labor. So we gotta just keep putting the work in. But I hope everybody's great. Hope everybody has a great weekend. I'm not exactly sure how you're gonna listen to or see this, but I really liked having this camera. I really liked being able to talk to it. It seems like a great reflection tool. In terms of my assignment for Free Solo, I love the movie Free Solo. I don't know that if it's going to be as good as I want it to be, pointing out the 5 themes of geography. I think it's maybe going to take me longer than I expect, but I got time. I teach social studies, so the one benefit of being a social studies teacher is that you're not as beholden to getting through all of the content and doing all that. So I'm happy about that. I'm proud of the work I put in. I'm excited for the weekend. I'm just hoping I can get a good night's sleep tonight and be ready for the weekend and try to recharge and get back on track. But much love to y'all. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Talk soon. What's up, peeps? Monday morning, 7:20-ish. I'm on my way to school on a very foggy, dense morning here in Minnesota. finally started to feel better after not feeling great the end of last week. I just had some kind of wasn't feeling good. My system wasn't really working the way it's supposed to, and I just kind of had a lot of stomach indigestion. It was less than ideal, but I feel like I've kind of got the problem solved. It was definitely a situation where I just am behind on sleep, um, which is hard because in order to get more sleep, I would have to sacrifice fitness. I mean, really the only time that I have to do fitness is in the early morning, um, with the exception of I should do it way more on the weekends. Like, I should dedicate a lot of time on the weekends. This weekend I didn't because I wasn't feeling great, and we had a wedding, and then yesterday we had this whole deleted iCalendar thing. It was a whole thing, but I know that I should get better sleep. I should get more of it. I'm just struggling to do so, but I felt like I slept really well both last night and Friday night, so that was really good. And just really kind of took a step back from everything. I've been struggling to get myself locked in on the podcast and on the book and on my schoolwork, and I just took this weekend to say that I'm not going to do. I didn't do any of it. I just totally had a weekend where I was doing some other stuff, and I chilled a little bit with Brittany, and like I said, with the exception of our little calendar meltdown, it was a pretty mellow weekend. Went up to Wisconsin for my cousin's wedding, which was okay, and tried to relax yesterday. The Packers won 3 in a row after a horrible first game, so we're happy about that. But currently, when it comes to what I'm doing in the classroom, I'm trying to find this balance between making things simple and straightforward and concrete, but then also working through higher level questioning, higher level thinking, higher level analysis, and higher level research. The first project I'm starting my kids off on is a world cultures project, so they will be able to pick a particular world culture or country, whatever you would want to call it. I haven't really decided what I'm going to call that exactly yet. And describe their culture to, really it's an introduction into all the things that make up a culture or a society. And the other thing I've wanted to do the last couple of years, which has not been feasible, is have them do like an 8th grade thesis. So where they're doing one big writing project over the course of the entire school year. I was thinking about tying those in together, making this little introduction a start to that particular project. But the question I have for myself is, if I'm going to assign them a long writing project, am I willing to put the time in that's going to take to grade all of it? That's really what scares me, because I don't want to assign something that I'm not going to grade and give them the feedback on. I know I can do like a lot of peer review. I know I can do all that kind of stuff, but the actual formative, summative grading process, I'm not sure that I've got that in my wheelhouse. And I really would hesitate to start that. But even just talking through this, maybe I'm thinking that if it's not a paper, it could be a presentation at the interview. So our kids are scheduled to go to Washington, D.C. The week before Memorial Day, and we come back with 2 weeks left of the school year, and it kind of can turn into anarchy. So maybe that would be a really good time to do the presentations. Have kids put together a comprehensive, basically, lesson on that particular culture. But it's just something I'm kicking around. Like I said, I always have these grandiose visions for these assignments, and I have these big plans for how to really do something awesome. But I have to be mindful of what I'm capable of doing and whether my grand plan is feasible to do it in a way that my kids deserve. If I'm going to ask them to do a year-long writing project, I better find a way to grade it, whether that be grading it each time as they go, or peer review, or whatever it might be. So I'm a little hesitant to jump into something like that. And I don't necessarily know that it's the best kind of project for that. I mean, I feel like I'm making progress as a teacher because the old me would have jumped head first or feet first into the deep end of a project like this and tried to figure out the particulars later. But I realize all that does is make me look bad, because if the project isn't what it should be, if my kids don't get the feedback that they deserve on it, then I shouldn't assign it. And that's really where I'm at with a lot of these projects and a lot of these assignments, especially this year. If I'm not willing to give the kid real feedback on it, I don't want to assign it. Or if I'm just going to check it over quickly, assign it for a completion grade. That's where I'm at, kind of, on this particular assignment. And on this particular morning, it's the 4th of October, coming up on a year, our 1-year anniversary for Brittany and I here in the next month-ish. So looking forward to that, and just kind of marveling at how much life has changed over the last year. Sometimes I don't get why people want to speed by me when I'm already going over the speed limit, only to run into the car that was stopped in front of me. Sometimes I don't get people who do that, but that's totally a tangent. But like I said, October 4th, our first anniversary is coming up next month, and it's just been a wild year. I feel like every year is wild. I feel like every year is fantastic and challenging and wonderful and all the things mixed in. If you're not living that kind of life, you're maybe doing it wrong. I feel like there's so much that life has to offer that we don't take advantage of it enough. So, for me, just gratitude for the kids that I have in my classes, my nieces and nephews, my family, my friends, my wife, my in-laws and my brother-in-law. It's just so much good around me right now that I really am trying to appreciate it, and trying to appreciate each day that I'm in the classroom, and just trying to be present each day in the classroom is really where I'm at. And just enjoying this year, taking this year for what it is. Just to be the best I can be during this school year, to be the best I can be each day. So, hope everybody has a great day and a great week. What's up, everybody? is it's Monday the 4th of October. I hope everybody can see me. I haven't necessarily checked this camera angle, but it's wide enough that it should have me in it. So, pretty good day today. Kids were pretty well behaved. Got tests in the grade book. Kind of got a bunch of stuff done. I don't know. I just got this. Was thinking towards the end of the day about not just in the classroom, but in my life, trying to get away from things I don't want to do versus trying to run towards things I do want to do. Like, I really want to get into the professional development space in a bigger way to the point where that could be my full time. But when I'm working on things or thinking about my current job, I sometimes get this feeling that I just want to get out of this current job versus going towards what I want to be doing. I think that gets in the way of doing the work that I need to do to get to that place. I feel like I have a good path. I feel like I've carved a lot. I feel like I've done a lot of work. And I just have put myself in a position where I can see some of the steps. I can't tell you that I can see all the steps because there's going to definitely be room for some things to change, but it seems like I always find myself trying to get out of a current situation versus trying to get into a better one. And really, in this point, it's not about getting into a better situation. It's getting into a situation that I really want to be in. I don't want to be going from good to better or good to great or whatever. I really want to get to that point where, Will and I are working side by side on professional developments, working with teachers, training teachers, mentoring kids, because I just think that's a better use of my skills. I like teaching social studies, but I'm a lot more passionate about all the other stuff that goes with it. And I think there's somebody out there that could do a better job at my job of teaching that social studies and being in that position. But as I, work through this fall and this winter and this spring, it's just trying to get away from that mentality of thinking about it. I got to get this done by the end of first quarter, first try, or whatever, or waiting till summer to do something or whatever it might be. I just want to be working. I just want to be working full time from now until I can't work anymore or I choose not to work anymore. I don't fancy myself a retiree. I don't fancy myself at 60, riding off into the sunset, sitting around all day, hanging out. I think once I get to that point, I'll definitely scale back the things I'm doing. But I want to give myself the chance to live that full life and share and give as much as I can. So it's really that point of trying to change my mindset to what I'm running towards versus what I'm trying to get away from. I heard E.T. talk about, the difference between the lion and the gazelle is one is running towards something and one is running away. The gazelle isn't always running because it's not always in danger, but the lion, in order for it to survive and thrive, it's got to be on the move all the time, got to be going, got to be doing the work. And maybe that's not the perfect analogy for it, but I just find myself in a spot where I just keep getting these overwhelming feelings of reflection and gratitude towards where I'm at. I work in a great school. I have really good kids, and I work with a great group of teachers, but I just feel like there's more for me. There's more that not that I could be doing, but there's more that I should be doing. Like, my skill set really calls me to be in a different place, and to be doing slightly different work. I think I'll always be in education. That'll always be my primary now. At some point in my life, I'm not going to shy away from taking other business opportunities or private sector opportunities to put my family in a better position. But my primary is always going to be that of a teacher. And I hope that I can continue to evolve and grow and be better and do the things that I need to do to be successful. So, hope everybody's having a great day. And I'll talk to you soon.